Welcome back, Vault Dwellers. It's your boy Brick, and in today's video I'm finally happy to announce the winners of my 2024 mock contest. Since it's been a year heavily dominated by Fallout here on my channel, with the biggest and the most detailed mock I've done so far being the Raider camp in front of Vault 27, the contest, as you know, was also focused around that particular team. I got some very nice builds, so today I will be showing you my top 10 picks from the ones I received in my inbox, and of course I will announce the ones that will be bringing home the prizes. So sit back with your box of sugar bombs and open up that bottle of Nuka-Cola as we check out these awesome entries, and let's get started right now.
Hello again.
Okay, so first, to sum up the entire premise of the contest, all you had to do to enter was making a Fallout mock that is not bigger than 32 by 32 stats, with actually no other restrictions besides that it had to be a new build, and I received a little over 30 mocks on my inbox to choose the winners from. So here, I want to thank all of you guys who took their time to actually make something for the contest, as I had a lot of fun reviewing them and seeing your skills put to good use, but as you know, not everyone could be a winner. So because many of you have already been waiting for the results of this contest for a long time, then let's not waste any more time and jump straight into the top 10 best builds, starting with a small vignette by Brick Animation. This small scene is showing a wanderer traveling with dog meat through the wasteland, with a neat idea for a shield made out of a stop sign that would be a very helpful tool during the apocalypse, and some pretty decent ground details, with only a little nitpick that the telegraph post should be a bit bigger to keep the scale of the minifigure. Coming up on 9th place, we have another small vignette by Keenan Miner, this time with a ghoul traveling through some ruins with his furry companion, and here I like the small portion of the road with some nice visible details, but what really shows the apocalyptic vibe here is the broken up building. Looks like we have some illegal techniques being used, with parts of it just laying down on others, but looking at my builds, you know that I don't mind those at all. Next, we have a bigger chunk of a mock made by Textile Bricks, showing a small raider camp on a hill, which a Vault Dweller stumbled upon while scouting the wasteland. A lot of focus was put into the terrain, which I really appreciate, and besides that we have a quite clear backstory of what's happening in the scene, showing a battle between the Dweller and the raiders. And hey, we even have a corpse being grilled over the fire, which makes me think we are dealing with jackals, so I'm guessing that the Vault Dweller will probably become their next meal. On number 7, we have a mock called Raiders Going Nuts by Harry Sanderson, showing exactly what the title says. A bunch of raiders who have taken over a devastated Sluckham Joe's donut shop, taking on the Vault Dweller that was unlucky enough to be passing through. I especially like the death tree design here, the use of a teddy bear being shot out of a junk jet, and of course we have to appreciate the custom power armor for one of the raiders, as this is always a tough thing to make. Next, on 6th place, we have a totally different type of a mock that you don't see very often in the community, named Hate That Guy by Baron Brickonen. The mock is showing a well-known scene from the Fallout TV show, in which the ghoul just shot off the head from the Vault Boy poster, but the way it's presented was a very good idea. The entire scene is made in a slightly bigger scale than usual, with brick-built figures, which is a very nice touch, but not only the figures look good, but also we have here a fully brick-built billboard with a forced perspective on the people lining to enter the vault, and the vault entry itself, which are a great way to break the usual style of making mocks. Coming up on number 5, we have a scene showing a part of a highway by a Lego Spice Pro. Not only we have a standoff between a wanderer and a guy in a power suit on a very detailed road, but also I really like the design of the car, which perfectly resembles the Fallout style of cars at first glance. And not only that, but we have a great design for the dead trees made with some Technic pieces, which is a very good idea that I will for sure borrow someday. On fourth place, we have yet another MOC made around the car as a centerpiece, showing a couple of raiders searching for a runaway dweller by Rafał Samolong. This time, the car is a picker-up truck, which is a very nice build on its own, but what got me the most in this MOC is a nicely made terrain in which the car is buried in, alongside of a Nuka-Cola fridge which is also partly covered by sand. All in all, a nicely detailed little build with some great minifigure posing, which adds a lot of character to it. And finally, we have reached the top 3 builds, starting with a Brick Dreamer and his build showing the Vault 33 wedding scene. Not only we have some very nice minifigure posing perfectly showing the story here, but also the vignette is filled with details in every inch, with everything that a piece of a vault should have, which really brings the scene to life. Just a perfect example of how utilizing all of the space available on a small vignette like this makes up for the overall simple techniques being used. On second place, we have another take on a vault interior, this time a very overgrown one, by none other than Hellboy Bricks, who I think doesn't need further introduction, right? I really enjoy the entire feel of this overall small scene, because even though it's just one room, it makes me want to connect it to my vault and just look at it for hours. It may not be the most complicated build I've seen Robert made, but as always, it's just filled with details in every spot, with some very well made overgrown plants covering the cafeteria, and the overall clean aesthetics and great utilization of space. Great job, mate! And finally, the grand winner of the entire contest is again a different type of a build, and that is a beautiful Deathclaw made by the Maui, who now has become the second time winner in my contest. The MOC isn't a big one by any means, just showing a tiny piece of a ground with a telegraph post and a skeleton underneath holding a very well made fat man, I must say, but the enormous creature just stole the entire show for me. Not only the design is top notch technique wise, but most importantly, the creature simply looks like a Deathclaw taken straight from the game. That is something that I bet a lot of you would like to see on my MOC, since many of you were asking for one, but I think I wouldn't even be able to get close to this design, so congratulations Maui, the beast has won the contest for you. And that is basically it for this contest. I again want to thank all of the builders for their hard work and congratulate all the top 10 finalists, and I hope to see you guys evolve even more and take part in the next one I will for sure be hosting this year. I will of course reach out to all of the 3 winners to arrange the way I'll send you guys the prizes, and as for the rest of you guys, I hope to see you all in the next video here on Kubrick, which should be the finale of my Star Wars Outlaws mini-series that I'm getting very close to finishing. But until then guys, please remember to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, as I have a lot of cool videos already planned for this year, and most importantly, as always, just make sure you keep it brickin'.